2016 has been some year, including all the people dropping like flies, especially around the holidays like Christmas. Since Christmas, the world has lost three people, where they were so close to making to the new year 2017, but did not. The world lost George Michael, and the back to back deaths of mother and daughter, Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher, and her mother, Debbie Reynolds. George Michael died at the age of 53 on Christmas Day. That ain't right, dying on Christmas, even though it's Jesus' birthday. Not waking up to open gifts Christmas morning. According to his manager, Michael Lippman says George Michael died due to heart failure and that he passed away peacefully. George Michael was the heartthrob sex symbol known for songs such as the oh-so-classic Careless Whisper. I'm never going to dance again. These guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend, I know you're not a fool. Love that song. So smooth and romantic. I definitely love the saxophone. And the Wake Me Up Before You Go song. We remember when Chris Griffin sang the song in the Family Guy episode where Chris tried to run away from his problems when being a freshman at high school. Chris, though, doesn't have the singing voice George Michael has. But that's what made it funnier hearing Chris sing. I laugh so hard every time. You may think he's not dancing anymore, but I'm sure he's dancing again in a better place. Now, these two deaths of mother and daughter hurt my soul and leaving me shocked as hell. Starting off with Miss Carrie Fisher, aka Princess Leia in the Star Wars movies, died 2 days after Christmas at the age of 60. I know Star Wars fans are hurt. She had a heart attack when she was flying from London to LA. She was fighting for her life, and I bet she was also fighting to be in that next Star Wars sequel she was going to return for. I enjoy the 2015 Star Wars The Force Awakens movie with her and Harrison Ford again. It was great. Now, she will be in the next Star Wars movie coming out next year in December, somewhere around her first death anniversary. So thank God she finished her final Star Wars role before her death. But she won't be in the sequel after. So what to do with Star Wars now in the future that Carrie is gone? Will they have to kill off Princess Leia? Say it isn't so. Or will they just figure something else out? It's like, how can the Star Wars series continue without her? Fisher had a bipolar disorder and drug addiction. Plus, a month before her death, she told Ellen DeGeneres she would drink a lot of Coke, and drinking a lot of soda is not good. So I'm guessing, could that have possibly led to her heart attack, along with the past years of her drug addiction? I mean, it's possible. Who's to say? Princess Leia, known for her cinnamon bun hairdo, not to mention that sweet, sexy metal bikini. This is my favorite pic of Carrie Fisher right here. I love how the way she poses in this pic. She looks so confident, relaxed, and beautiful. Rest in peace, Princess Leia. May the Force be with you and your mother. Speaking of her mother, on December 28th, Debbie Reynolds died a day after her daughter. My reaction was, huh? What? What the hell is going on in 2016? Can we please stop having people drop like flies? Enough is enough. Can 2017 get here already, even though I'm not ready for the new year? Debbie Reynolds, known for the Singing in the Rain song and the Good Morning song. Yes, Family Guy sung the song too, Good Morning, but Miss Reynolds did it first. And it's so refreshing to hear her singing the Good Morning song. It's weird because the day before Christmas, I was watching the Golden Girls Marathon, and one of the episodes I watched, Debbie Reynolds guest starred in the episode where Dorothy was almost close to getting remarried. And then days later, she's gone. Uh, Basically, Debbie Reynolds unfortunately had a stroke the day after Carrie Fisher's death. What caused her to have a stroke? It was pretty much due to her having a broken heart. She was hurt that she lost her one and only daughter. You know, her daughter died before she did, and that led to her having a broken heart and then the stroke. Because the next day, her son, Todd Fisher, he could tell that Debbie Reynolds wasn't right. He can tell that she wasn't feeling good and that something was wrong. And Debbie Reynolds even said that as they were doing funeral plans for Carrie, it was obviously too much on her plate. And she was saying that, oh, I miss Carrie. I miss Carrie. I don't want to be alone. I want to be with her. And then all of a sudden she has the stroke. As she arrives to the hospital, she's gone. That's just so sad. That just makes it even more emotional and makes you even more teary-eyed and makes you just want to break down and cry from hearing that what happened. I mean, think about it. The woman was 84 years old. I don't see how an 84-year-old woman can handle doing funeral plans for her one and only daughter that died the day before she did. Because that has to be too much, especially, and it doesn't help that she was 84. I mean, it's not like she was 55 or anything like that. And Debbie Reynolds and Carrie Fisher, they really were close. They had a real mother and daughter bond, which is absolutely great and lovely. Now, years ago, they really weren't talking to each other, but the relationship got better and it continued to be beautiful and a special bond. So they were really close. I mean, they were so close and had a great mother and daughter bonding that they lived next door to each other. Yeah, it was that close. So hearing her say that she wanted to be with Carrie and that she missed her so much, and then she has the stroke and dies, is just actually sad and pretty scary. What's even more ironic and scary is that Debbie Reynolds, her greatest fear was outliving her daughter. She says that it's not natural to outlive your child. This has always been my greatest fear. I don't know if I could survive that. Carrie is my child, and I love her with every ounce of strength I possess. So she says this, and ironically, her greatest fear actually happened, and she unfortunately didn't survive that. Funeral plans for both. They're not sure when it's going to happen, but they will be buried next to each other, which makes sense, which is only right. They're going to be buried at that Forest Lawn Memorial Park, Hollywood Hills Cemetery in LA. I feel bad for the family. I feel bad for Carrie's daughter, Billy. That's her right there, Billy, rocking the cinnamon bun style that her mother wore as Princess Leia. And I'm sure Billy and Carrie had a special mother-daughter bonding like Carrie and Debbie Reynolds did. You can tell in these pictures of them together. Carrie has her eyes closed and she just hugging her daughter. That's so sweet to see. Todd Fisher, he has to bury both, not just his sister, but his own mother. Now they're going to be having a funeral for not one, two people. A funeral for his sister and for his mother. One funeral for two people. That is just not right. But man, you can tell that these two had a great mother-daughter bonding. This is great. I mean, Carrie kissing her mother on the head. Here, the both of them kissing each other on the lips. That's just precious. And somebody probably thinking, oh, well, does that mean Carrie Fisher was a lesbian? Okay, sure. That doesn't mean anything. I doubt Carrie Fisher was a lesbian. Even if she was, who cares? It is what it is. That was just nice to see those two kissing each other. But I doubt she was a lesbian. Plus, she did come out saying that her and Harrison Ford had a 3-month affair while they were doing Star Wars back in 1976. Just like the one song by Roberta Flack and Don Hathaway. You, and I back together again. Yep, well, Debbie Reynolds and Carrie Fisher are back together again in a better place in the afterlife. But I mean, it's just still sad what happened where these two died back to back. That's just not right. And tell me your thoughts, your reactions on the deaths of George Michael, and especially Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds. And did you happen to feel so emotional and teary eyed hearing about back to back deaths? Please tell me.